it's Kelsey with K.Currin Furniture Company, and this week we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm trying to get ready for my craft show this next weekend, and I'm going to have a bunch of small tables and some other furniture that I already have done, but this is my first furniture video that I'm going to post on YouTube. So I'm going to be redoing these two side tables, or this coffee table and side table, and then these two side tables. I'm also going to be redoing this little cubby I got this week. Here's some other little clips we're going to do. This has got glass in it, but we're going to redo it. I paid $2.99 for that one, and $2.99 for this one too. We're going to redo that. It's just like resin or plastic. It's not real heavy. And I picked this one up yesterday for $5.99, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to redo it today too. I'm thinking about painting it red and then doing a dark wax over it, seeing how that turns out. Sorry, I just cut my head off, but I just knew it would be easier to try to video outside, so I'm sorry for the traffic and everything, but I hadn't really picked up much this week. But I'm trying to get ready for that craft show, so I'm trying to paint everything this week in the next 2 days that I can. And I've got a dresser, then I'm going to do another cow dresser, which I've been doing. I've probably done 5 or 6 of them already and sold. So I'm trying to find me another little small chest that I can do another cow dresser on that'll be real cute. And I'll have that in the video too, or a video probably by itself later on this week. Alright guys. For project 1, I'm going to be redoing this washboard, and I'm painting it in the color Snow White by Waverly from Walmart. I love this paint, especially for small crafts and stuff, and it goes on super easy. You can attach just about anything. It's about like DIY paint. And I do 2 coats on each side with that. So I take off all the painter's tape because I'm getting ready to distress it. And I had a little bleed through on the side, but I didn't have enough to like try to wipe off, so it really wasn't bad. So I'm just wet distressing this. I don't want it to be overly distressed. And now I'm going in with the transfer, the retire transfer. I absolutely love this packet. I'll have to try to remember the name. But they go on so easy. And then I'm going to clear wax it, and then I end up going over it with a dark wax after this, just to give it a little grunge look. I love to decorate with these. I love using the DIY because it just goes on so easy, and it's easy to wipe off. If you overdo it, you can actually take some of it off with the clear wax. Project 2, going in with this little mirror. I had already used French Proventional on it, and I did 2 coats with it. So now I'm just going back and distressing it, because DIY is so easy to wet distress with. So now I'm going in with the clear wax just to seal it. And this is Dixie Belle's white wax. I like it. It's just not as pigmented as the DIY, but it works pretty good too. And I love French Proventional and the white wax together. Such a cottage core color combination. It's one of my favorites. In project 3, I'm going to be redoing this little cabinet and paper towel holder, or I think it's too big to be a paper towel holder. It may be a just something you can hang like a towel or something on. or kitchen towel or whatever. I absolutely love this. I picked it up at the thrift store pretty cheap. But I started out with a white coat on it. I wanted to do a light color underneath just to have a base on it. And then I went over with Marquee by DIY, which is one of my favorite reds. And I know it looks really, really bright, but 2 coats pretty much covered it. But you'll see what I'm going to do at the end of the video here in a little bit. So I wanted to take the dark wax by DIY and to cover the whole piece with it, to seal it in, and to also make the red darker. And I had wet distress back to it. I didn't catch that on video to get the white and stuff to come back. This gave it more of a primitive look. And I love the dark red colors. For project 4, I lumped in several different pieces all together. So I'm taking all this crockery stuff I've got, or it's not really crockery, but it's more ceramic stuff. But I'm using a whole set of transfers on there. I absolutely love the look that this gives. It just takes a plain little pottery piece and updates it. So this last one, I kind of have a little mishap, but I'll show you how easy it is to just place it back. And you just go back to scratching it and getting it back on there, and you can't even tell that I made a boo-boo. That is one of my favorite things I love about. So here I tried to use the IOD stamp on here, and I don't like the way it looked, so I wiped it off and I re-stamped it. You'll see the finished product. Project 5, I'm starting my furniture part. So I'm painting this little side table in crinoline. And it takes about 2 coats of that to get on there and to cover it fully. So here I'm wet and distressing in areas that it would normally distress. In the next clip, I'm going to be using a JRV stencil. I absolutely love their stencils. You can use them on just about anything. I've even used them on round surfaces, which any other kind I can't use over and over, but these I've used on so many projects, and it's still just as durable now as it was when I first bought it a couple of years ago. Here I'm using the color Haint Blue by Cottage Colors, and I absolutely love this color. It's one of my favorite ones of that line, and 2 coats pretty much gets the whole thing covered. It just takes me a couple extra on the legs and stuff because they were spindles and stuff. So here I'm using the Funky Junk stripe, one of their stripe stencils. I love theirs on this one because it's long. Most of the time I use my JRV if I'm doing something small because it's a little bit smaller stencil. So here I decided to use the JRV Farmhouse 1907 stencil. And I'm using the color, I think, letterpress for this one. Or that may be skeleton key. So I decided to do on this little green table, it was already painted. And all I wanted to do was add a transfer set to it. So I picked out some floral to put on here because I thought the red would look really good with the green. And the green kind of camouflages in to the green table. These things go on so easy. In the last step, I always seal over my transfers, either with a wax or just a clear coat. Here's all the things.